Okay, now for something a little kind of completely different for me. We're actually here in the town of Coplay, Pennsylvania, walking up 2nd Street towards the Giant on 2nd and Chestnut. I actually stopped by here today ran into an old friend, check out her new restaurant up around 9th and Chestnut, and decided it's a gorgeous day. What the hell, might as well kill a few hours in this town and get some photos, considering it's tough for me to get out of the cities. And basically, I spent, to be completely honest and point blank, I spent 8 years of my life, actually, yeah, 12 years of my life now, doing everything I could to forget the past. Well, today, I decided to revisit an old life and the person who I was growing up here. And for a change, I wanted to remember it. And believe me, walking these streets, God, the memories came back. But I'll tell you what, this is one town that really has changed and hasn't. Okay? I walk into places like Tony's Hobby Shop that on 2nd and Chestnut that I can remember, especially every time I got grounded. Oh, can I just go up to Tony's and get a model on board? You know, buying plastic models there, the train sets for around the Christmas tree and the buildings for it. The Coplay News Agency. I walked in, I'm like, okay, this really hasn't changed that much. To be honest with you, in the past 12 years, outside of when I came back and just with everything that happened, I was a complete psychological wreck. But since I started the blog and the magazine, I really get into this town. I mean, realistically, you might hear me say Coplay's a ghost town. And in some aspects it is. You get off 2nd and Chestnut Street, guess what? It gets real quiet real fast. But today I was caught off guard and experienced something totally different. And we're at, speaking of 2nd and Chestnut, that's where we're at right now. It was like, I figured, alright, go in, I had other things to do today, go in, hit the restaurants, stop by our friends quick, boom, gone. But this town, like I said about the news agency, I walked into Tony's Hobby Shop and I'm like, literally, I felt like I was about 15 years old again. I'm 43 now. So this is one of, it's one thing that I've really forgotten is everybody needs to take a break in their life, okay? Everybody needs to just get away for a little while. And here in the Lehigh Valley, in towns like Coplay, Catasauqua, Northampton, Egypt, etc., 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 these are the perfect place. This is the perfect escape. You know, people talk about going down to the shore. Okay, it's great to go to the ocean and everything, but you don't have to travel. I mean, head up to the Pocono, especially this time of year, but you don't have to travel far to get away. For myself, I walked in, like I said, about Coplay News Agency. I walked in and I'm like, yep, adult magazines are still on the top rack. Looked in the back, yep, fishing tackle still there. Again, felt like I was 15 years old again. You know, with just, I mean, that was a place where I bought my first porn magazine, I think. It was a place where I'd go for when I used to fish. A lot of times I'd hit there and get the night crawlers, the hooks, and the tackle and everything. So yeah, if you're looking for, I love this city, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% giving the concrete, the neon, the asphalt, the sirens, the place is open, Voila, everything within a few blocks. Give me that 24/7. But every once in a while, I need a break. And coming into town here during the week with no festivals, no nothing going on, it reminded me of how life used to be when I was growing up, of the way when things were less tech and virtual and less crazy. I mean, honestly, when I say grow up here as a different name and a different person, I was married down at Coplay Park in '99. That song by Nickelback. As soon as I can think of it, but there's a song by Nickelback that talks about, this is where I grew up, etc. Yeah. And honestly, if you're looking to take, and this is no matter where you live, okay? If you live in a city or a major city, if you want to take a break from life, and even whether it's a day, a weekend, or a full week, you know what? Find a small town around that city. Maybe one you've been to, maybe one you haven't. And don't go there on the weekend when it's slammed and everything's, has a lot of things going on. Go there during the week when it's just when it's quiet. When it's just like, okay, this is the town bars and things and stores, and that's it. Because that's when you can walk around and just forget about the insanity of life and really recharge the batteries. Like I said, here in the Allentown, Bethlehem, East, and Lehigh Valley area, you have 3 cities. The rest of it's small towns, honestly. For myself, to live in, the Allentown, Bethlehem area, it's coming into Catasauqua, Northampton, Coplay. There are very few times I can get up to Egypt. Where, I was in Chris's, I'm like, okay, not even close to a Wi-Fi signal for the laptop. It's like, okay, this is weird, but it felt real good, honestly. Taking these few hours out of my life, and just like I said, for 12 years, I tried to forget one life in my past, and today, just walking around, it was like all I wanted to do was remember. And it's okay, and I realized one thing, it's okay to remember the past, just don't get stuck in it and live in it. Honestly. The giant right here, to give you a little bit from my personal history, the giant right here used to be a lane co where I can remember as being a kid before a teenager, and the days of pinball, dropping on quarters into it, and then, the video games in the arcade. We're actually walking towards a baseball field that is still here. I think it's called Sailor Field. Yeah, Sailor Field, I think. Don't quote me on that. But this is a place where in the summer, it's right next to Coplay Park. In the summer here, I can remember us, even though I sucked at baseball, at sports, I can remember, the bunch of us getting together and, dead middle of summer, middle of the day, you know what? Let's play for a couple hours, just for the hell of it. And like I said, for me, it's the memories, but no matter what town I go into, it's pretty much just taking a break from life. It's experiencing something new that isn't completely chaotic or high-tech. Yes, I do have my laptop, and yes, I was on it while I was at Chris's, but this is just something that, people talk about getting away, taking vacations and everything, going to the beach, going to the Bahamas, whatever. Well, you know what? All that's great. But sometimes in our lives, you need to stick a little closer to where you live and just say, all right, you know what? I'm shutting the tech off. I'm shutting the world out. Hey, I'm in this nice quiet town. Park the vehicle. I'm just gonna walk around and experience it. I'm gonna walk around. I'm just gonna walk the streets and remember what it feels like to be alive for a change. And if you can, I don't know if you can see it, but down there is the basketball courts. And again, this is from my own personal history, you know, different person, different life. But this is the town I grew up in. This is the town I was married. For the most part, this is the town that I avoid just because it's too quiet for me even during the day. But I'm taking my own advice today. So, and by the way, if you get a chance, get into if you're in Lehigh Valley, if you're visiting the area, like I said, you know, the cities are great. The cities are fantastic. But whatever you're here for, if you have an extra hour, if you have an extra day, head north. Yeah, it's especially the Allentown Bethlehem area. Yeah, head north. If you're over in Easton, head over to Phillipsburg, which is kind of like part of Easton now. But you know, down to Quakertown, from what I heard, Coopersburg. Just go out, venture out of the cities, and you know what? Hit the small businesses. Tony's Hobby Shop started in 1947. Is that Tony? Well, I was reminded, passed away last year, and his son took it over. You know, you can still find the plastic models there. You can still find the RC cars there, the model trains there. You know, your local, like I said, Coplay News Agency. You know, so if you want to take a break, head into the small towns. I love the city. I need that life. But every once in a while, you gotta hit the brakes. Just one thing, though, that I have experienced also. There's a downside to this. And the downside is sometimes the people in the small towns, if they don't know you, might give you a look or even kind of like the attitude of, who are you? Why are you here? Don't take it personally. You know, the city is pretty much nobody cares. You know, but small towns, they actually, you know, to a point everybody knows, a large extent, everybody knows each other and things like that. So, you know, if you're visiting and you kind of might, you know, you might get the occasional look or the occasional attitude, don't take it personally. Remember, that's the area that they live. Just like you know, if you live in the city or wherever you live, you kind of like might have the same way. So just don't take it personally. But anyway, I decided to do this article. Basically, I think the title of it's going to be Small Towns, a great way to escape, or something like that. But anyway, this is Michael Phoenix, founder of the magazine. Thank you very much for all of your support. And I hope you didn't mind this one from the personal side, a little bit of my personal history. You know, thanks for all your support of the magazine. Hey, listen, we could really use, if you have a business out there, we really want to help you. We really want to help you. Great rates on advertising, and we will work very hard for it. Okay, to try and help your business out. Contact me. Check the website or the Facebook page. Contact me if you're interested. To you, your family, and friends, we're officially into fall. Have a great autumn, and with all the holidays coming up and all the festivals, please be safe in the night and always. If you're in the area, especially on the weekends, you never know, you might see me around. Later.